Hi, and welcome to BUZ Banter. I'm Sam.
And I'm Maya.
And today we actually have a movie review. We've been doing a lot of games, but we actually have a movie review. Because it's not Mo doing it this time. So anyway, Jack the Giant Slayer is a part of a series of movies that have been coming out that have been taking the old Grimm the Fairy Tale movies, like Snow White and all that, and making them gritty and new and dark, and trying to bring the darkness back to it. Yeah. And it is essentially Jack and the Beanstalk retold. Yeah,
retold. With a bit of the Arthurian style.
Well, yeah, like it's like.
Well, so it's not like the Disney-fied versions where bad things don't happen to good people.
Yeah, but anyway, so where shall we start, Maya?
I guess we can start with the CGI.
Okay, so what did you think?
I actually like the setting. The setting for how the CGI was designed, like the world where the giants were in. I thought that looked really cool. The waterfalls coming out of giant stone heads.
The big scenic things.
Yeah, I like the scenic things.
What did you think of the giants?
The giants, I think that the two-headed giant was pretty interesting in terms of like having two voices and talking to itself. Essentially,
well, you know,
I thought that was I thought that was a cute gimmick.
I actually am not like it was a neat gimmick, but I didn't like actually how the giants looked. Yeah. For some, I just like they just look they look like unfinished CG monsters.
Yeah, I think the world looked right. The giants could have needed work, but the pigs, like little things like pigs and animals in the CGI looked okay. Yeah.
So costumes would be next, because with these things, there's a big thing on making it costume. There's a huge thing with costumes with these types of movies.
Yeah. So most of the costumes were for the king on the king's part was armor based, and that was I think the armor looked extremely movable in this movie, which was kind of nice. They could run around with it, and it didn't look like it hurt the actors.
They actually mentioned that the king and his daughter had matching armor.
Oh yeah, they even poked fun at that.
They poked fun of it. I liked it for the most part. Some of it was good. Unfortunately, some of it looked ridiculous. And lastly, I guess we'll talk about story a little bit, because there's kind of a story in this.
I watched the trailer for Interview right before I watched the movie, so what I expected was what they were referencing. They claimed that this movie harkened back to giant hunting for King Arthur, so they would hunt down giants and throw their heads down the stalk and give it to King Arthur as a proof of valor and heroism. That did not happen in the movie. The trailer claimed it would, but it did not.
This is just a giant war. This is a giant one-sided war of the giants.
It's more like if anything, it's more like the Ragnarok myth. With the divided Midgard and the rest of the world.
I did like the characters, like how Jack wasn't this gung-ho, I can slay everybody anytime I want. He was just this guy who was scared, and somehow he had a few good ideas.
Yeah.
And he managed to do a couple cool things. He's kind of just, going as he,
as he goes along.
Yeah,
he's quick on his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
but anyways.
But the dialogue at times got a bit too modern for me. Like the king would go, "Hell yeah!" That was way too modern. I think all the other lines actually matched.
I think it got too modern when they had the repeater crossbow.
Oh yeah, that was pretty modern. But that's not dialogue or plot.
But it's still pretty.
That's more costuming.
Anyways, so overall thoughts, it's kind of it's an okay. Good. It's not as bad as I went with low expectations. It raised the bar a little bit for me.
I went in with the armor looks kind of like anime armor, so I went into just.
That's what I mean by the ridiculousness.
Yeah, not that. I meant the gold armor the king was wearing reminded me of Gilgamesh's armor in Fate Stay Night, which is a plus. Gilgamesh is pretty cool.
If you can ignore the whole megalomaniac thing.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, overall, what did you think?
Oh, I thought it was an okay movie.
Yeah. I'm kind of on the same boat here. It's an okay movie.
It's a pretty good adaptation of the Grimm fairy tales.
Better than Snow White and the Huntsman.
Yeah.
Which was terrible.
I went with a couple friends. I went with my boyfriend as well, and we enjoyed it. We saw it in 3D, and it was actually a lot of fun in 3D.
It was okay.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of 3D.
Did you see it in 3D?
I saw it in 3D. It was okay.
Yeah, it was actually okay as a 3D movie. It wasn't like the Spider-Man movie where nothing happened except the
that's like 90% of 3D movies.
Yeah.
But anyways, well, we have to wrap this up now.
Yeah.
We're being told and we're being threatened with death threats to wrap this up. So
yeah, it's
really good.
It's a good movie.
Anyways.
It's not bad.
So anyways, visit us on our parent website. Make sure to watch more Buzz Banter as we upload them. Like, subscribe, as Mo would say, all that fun stuff. And tell your friends about us.
Tell your friends about the movie. It's
and,
not bad.
Yeah.
It's actually really good.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.